Do you want to know where to go in a zombie apocalypse? Find out today on Zombie Survival Labs. Welcome to Zombie Survival Labs, a show here on YouTube where you can learn a thing or two about surviving the zombie apocalypse. My name is Tyler, and today we're talking about where you should go in a zombie apocalypse. This is one of the most debated and talked about things, and for good reason. Knowing where to go in a zombie apocalypse is one of the most important things you need to figure out. It's the difference between life and death, living somewhat comfortable or in constant danger. And while zombies don't exist, preparing for a zombie apocalypse has the same key points for surviving any apocalyptic situation. So knowing where to go is an important thing to know. But instead of giving you a couple places to go, I'm going to teach you what makes a place good for survival. Because telling you to go to Vivos Europa in Rothenstein, Germany is great if you live in Germany. But if you're like me and live in the US, that doesn't exactly help you at all. So instead, I'm going to tell you 10 things that a place needs to have to be good for survival. But first, this video was sponsored by YouTuber Nax21TV. Nax21TV makes videos based on the stupidity of the internet. It's called stupidity online and nothing is safe. Facebook posts, tweets, YouTube videos all come under fire and have the stupidity exposed for your viewing pleasure.
You're gonna die, dude. Salmonella for sure. And Alexander writes, I eat chicken, not salmon, dude.
So go and do this man a service and show him some ZMZ lovin' by subscribing. Now back to what I was talking about. What are the 10 things that makes a place great for survival? More people equals more danger. That's just common sense. The world has just fell into a chaotic state of panic and irrational behavior, with people rioting, looting, and doing whatever it takes to survive. So staying in a heavy populated area is extremely dangerous. And when you are on the run looking for a place to survive, the first thing you need to do is make sure that the place doesn't have a large population. The countryside or small rural towns are locations that you want to look for. They'll have plenty of supplies to get you by until your community becomes self-sufficient and be out of the way of most of the chaos. You have a location in mind, but I need to pick a place to set camp at. And one of the biggest mistakes you can make is picking a place that is commonly thought of. Think about it for a second. What are the things that people will want most? Food, water, medicine, survival gear, and guns. Where do people go or think about going to get these things? Grocery stores, pharmacies, sporting goods stores, and gun stores. When picking a place, pick a place that most people wouldn't think of. Because if you don't, you'll be constantly met with people seeking out those locations. So pick a place that most people wouldn't give thought to. You have a place in a low population area. It's a place that's not commonly thought of, but is the structure going to hold up? You're not just living in this place, you're protecting this place, and this place also needs to be able to protect you. It needs to have some type of walls or fences to keep outside threats out. But it also needs to have interior walls to give yourself cover, because people can drive through fences, they can also climb walls. Last thing you want to be is a bunch of fish in a barrel while you're being shot at. Your structure is nice, it has walls, fences, a line of defense. But what you need next is a vantage point. A vantage point is a location that gives you a good view of the area. A common mistake that people make is thinking a tower in the middle of your camp or someone on top of an RV is enough. But your vantage point needs to be able to go past your own walls and see threats that are coming your way. Things like other buildings or tree lines can block your view on oncoming threats, resulting in another group being right on top of you before you can even see them. So having a good layout of the land is a huge advantage. Everything that I said earlier will mean nothing if you can't even get to your location. Picking a place hundreds of miles away in the middle of an ocean or on top of a mountain sounds great on paper, but if you can't get to it, it's worthless to you. Not only that, but if you can get to your place, you need to make sure that you have more than just one way in and one way out. When you're playing Nazi zombies, one way in and one way out might sound good, but in real world implications, it's a horrible idea. So make sure that you have a backup way out in case things get a little bit sticky. Having external resources that you can scavenge is just as important as having internal resources. In other words, you need to be able to scavenge. Surviving in the middle of the forest or on a boat sounds like a great idea at first, but when supplies run out, what are you gonna do? Unless you know how to hunt, skin, fish, and make medicine from plants, you're not doing yourself any favors. And if you're in a place that makes scavenging impossible, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. So by all means, make sure you're going off grid, but not so far off grid that you're hurting your chances of survival. We actually talked about this in my 11 tips to survive the zombie apocalypse, so you can find the link in the description or by clicking the eye icon in the top right corner. Being able to plant your own crops and grow your own food is essential to long-term survival. Scavenging will only get you so far, so you need to make sure that the area that you're in has a rich enough soil to grow your own food. I mean, obviously. When picking the perfect survival location, you need to make sure that you have plenty of space to work with. Space to sleep in, cook, store all your resources, and have enough space for growing food. Living in a place that doesn't have any land to grow food means this place won't last long term. You also need to make sure that this place has the capabilities of being expanded, in case you bring more people into your group, in case you need more storage space, things like that. It's partly why rooftop survival doesn't exactly work, because you're stuck with the space you got, and growing food becomes more difficult than it needs to be. Hunting and fishing for food is essential to primal survival. It's what our ancestors have been doing, well, since forever. And the area that you pick to survive in needs to have wildlife for long-term survival. Recognizing what kind of weather is in your area is a good thing to take note of. Not just weather in general, but weather disasters. Living in an area that has tornadoes, earthquakes, flash floods, or droughts will hinder your long-term survival. The worst thing about this is there's no way to stop it. You can kill zombies, you can kill people, but you can't kill tornadoes. So moving away from locations that have a lot of natural disasters is probably your best bet. So if you take all these 10 key points and put them to the test for your location and they pass, you pick the perfect survival zombie location, or just a perfect survival location in general. And now that you know what it takes to find the perfect survival location, what do you think the perfect survival location is? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, like this video to show support for the channel and if you enjoyed the video. And you can also watch more videos by clicking on one of these right here. Hit that subscribe button for more zombie survival guides. My name is Tyler, and now you are one step closer to surviving the zombie apocalypse. See you later.